Everyone. So this is the video that goes along with the Beyond the Basics newsletter, which this month was all about improv. And you all know that play is at the foundation of everything that I work on, both in my own personal practice, in my private practice with clients, and of course, when I work with teams and larger organizations. Play is fundamental to everything. And I'll just take a second to remind you all what play is. Play is the intangible space of unpredictability and aliveness. It is the core skill that will allow you to navigate life, which is, in its essence, unpredictable and alive. Think about your day-to-day life. How many moments do you just kind of get confronted with things that you didn't anticipate, right? So the ability to be adaptable to that, agile to that, responsive to that, to sort of make quick and immediate strategic decisions in that is absolutely essential to navigating this world. So play is going to be one of the biggest skills that you can cultivate. Now the question, of course, then becomes, how do we practice play intentionally? And so improv is going to be an absolute awesome training ground to practice play. I want to highlight one key element of improv that will allow you to put play not only into practice, but also into application, which is the notion of yes and. We've probably all heard about this technique. It's a way to acknowledge, elevate, and advance a conversation forward, which leads to collaborative dialogue, which can de-escalate moments that feel like they are riddled with conflict. It can bring about creative ideas and collaboration. The imagination can be incited. We can yes and others. We can also yes and ourselves. So when we yes and, we essentially take the unexpected and we capitalize on it in a way that feels proactive and move things forward in a direction that may or may not lead to some sort of resolution. So we can yes and others. I'm going to challenge you to do this, put this into practice really explicitly. When you're in conversation with someone, you probably aren't even aware how many times you say no, but, or yeah, but. I want you to consciously redirect, meaning this cognitive behavior will now have to be consciously implemented. I want you to start yes-anding every single time. Do that for 2 weeks. Put conscious yes and into practice in conversation, in critical dialogue, when you're on the phone with a customer service representative for your utility that is giving you, like overcharged you and you need to get refunded, whatever. Yes and. See how powerful it can be in the context of relationship. Then we are going to put into practice yes-anding ourselves. When we meet a moment of resistance, whether that's something that seems fearful, out of our comfort zone, frivolous, unnecessary, outside of something that you should be doing, so but yourself because it seems irrelevant or frivolous, I want you to yes and yourself. I have this idea, I want to do something, but I want to do something, it feels frivolous, and it could lead to. So by yes-anding, it challenges you to put your mindset in the position of perceived benefit. So it will make things that feel risky or out of your comfort zone be perceived as less risky because you have now created benefit as opposed to obstacle. So those are the two things I'm going to ask you to practice in regard to improv. Very simple, yes and. Yes and for 2 weeks, other people and circumstances, and then for 2 weeks, yes and yourself. See what that transforms for you. See how you can put play into practical application. See how you can be responsive and adaptable and receive that unpredictable unfolding in real time. Good luck.